Okay, welcome back to another KCF 2-minute drill. For this 2-minute drill, which I know is going to go way longer than 2 minutes, but just bear with me, we have a fun little question from Janae, and the question is, for the rest of your life, you could only do one lift, one cardiovascular movement, and one core exercise. What would those exercises be, and why? Now, to answer this question, I actually went around and interviewed all of our coaches to see what they thought. So check out their responses, and then I'm going to add my response at the end.
My favorite lift is a snatch. There's always something to work on. You're never quite perfect. My favorite cardio is thrusters because they hurt like hell and will really get you gassed. And my favorite core is toes to bar because it really combines gymnastics and core strength and stability.
So 3 movements that I could do for the rest of my life. One Olympic lift would be clean and jerk. I just love, it's a full body. I've been PRing that recently, so it feels good. And one cardiovascular movement, I would probably say the bike. I love biking in general. And one core would be probably GHD. Full body. I feel my abs with that more than ab sit-ups, more than toes to bar more than anything. So I like feeling my abs on my back with that.
All right, so I like the deadlift. Deadlift, I like it because it engages all of my muscles in one strong movement, and it's the most I can lift in a strength movement. And then I like cardio would be burpees. I like to do mass burpees because that is another movement that I can do where your whole body is engaged at the same time, and it's something that you're gonna do for the rest of your life, right? Every time you fall down, you're gonna have to get right back up. And finally, a nice core exercise would be the overhead squat to work your core because you're fully engaged, and yeah, that's all I know.
Cardio would be the bike because I hate it and it's a push-pull, and lower body lift would be the squat clean. And for abs or core, I would do an overhead kettlebell on PVC pipe walking. And if you've never done that, trust me, it's a lot of core.
Go ahead. No.
My one lift would be the squat clean. I know it's a little dynamic and everything. Gets me my squat. I would say run just because I'm so used to it and that's what I've always loved doing. And definitely the GHD sit-up. That would be the best.
Nice. Hit it.
All right, so if I had to do one lift, one core modality or whatever, and then one thing for cardio, I would do overhead squats because it's the whole body really. I would do toes to bar because it sucks real bad. And I would run because I'm really bad at that.
Oh, okay. My lift would be sandbag, clean and jerk.
Okay.
And why? Odd object. I don't know. I find myself clean and jerking things at the house all the time. So
Okay.
sandbag.
Cardio.
Cardio, run.
Run. Why?
Locomote. It's important to be able to move.
Okay.
So
And core exercise.
core exercise. L-sit. L-sit.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
So cardio, I would go with running. Core movement, I would go with the front squat. And favorite lift, I would go with the back squat. Reason for running is it's just relieving, stress relieving. I love it. You hit the trails in Port Gamble. It's always lots of fun. Core movement, that front squat, you think it's just a lifting movement with the legs, but use a lot of core, stapling yourself up, and yeah, you're keeping that upright posture. And my favorite lift was a back squat. I mean, there's nothing better than a good back squat workout.
Got it.
Go ahead.
All right. If I had to choose one lift, one cardio type piece, and then one core exercise for the rest of life, I would choose cleans for the lift because I could do power, I could do squat, pulling from the floor, so it's kind of full body. My conditioning piece, I would run because you can do that anywhere. And then for core exercise, I would choose a GHD. It might be kind of cheating, but you can do a lot of stuff on those. So I'd pick one of those.
All right, go ahead.
All right. 3 things that I would do for the rest of my life. One cardio, one lift, and one core. Running. I don't love it, but I want to do that for the rest of my life. I could scale it to a fast walk when I need to, but I need to run fast. Get away from shit if I need to. Outbeat my friends in a race. The lift, the clean, it just boom came to my head. I want to pick up shit for the rest of my life. I need to pick it up. I need to be strong so I can pick up my friend's shit. And as far as core, I like core, a lot of different things, but the plank, I tell a lot of people, if you can just accumulate a 2-minute plank, like that's winning right there. So I want to be able to plank for the rest of my life as well.
Okay, so some similarities between those responses from all of our coaches. You're not going to hear too much of a deviation from me. For me, my one lift, well, I'm going to say clean and jerk. And I know technically that's 2 lifts, but I like to think of it as one lift because in the sport of weightlifting, it's scored as one lift. It's a full body movement, takes the bar from the ground to your shoulders to overhead. You can do it super heavy, work strength and power. You could also do it light and fast and get some cardio in there, so maybe that's sort of cheating, but that's what I would choose is the clean and jerk. For my cardiovascular movement, I would choose running. It's simple, it's pure, it requires no equipment except for maybe a pair of shoes, and some would even argue that you don't even need those. But running is super simple, you can do it anywhere in the world. And then my core exercise would be, I think I'm gonna go with toes to bar. And the reason I like toes to bar is because in addition to working your core, we also get grip strength and you get some pulling from overhead. So that's gonna round out the pulling from the floor with the clean and jerk. So that was fun. If you have questions that you'd like for us to answer, just shoot us a message, drop them in the comments here, hit us up on Facebook. We'd love to try to answer your questions in 2 minutes or more or less. Thanks.